What's up guys? I'm back. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm not going to be doing a makeup video. Today I'm going to be doing, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, a get to know me video. Yay! So I realized that I've had my channel for about a year and a half. I don't even know, honestly. It's been a little bit over a year, I think. But I realized that I don't have one of these kind of like get to know who I am kind of videos up, which I feel like a lot of people do more in the beginning of their YouTube adventure. But I thought it'd be cool if I did that because nobody really knows why I'm here. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. It's going to be just me telling you guys stuff about myself in case anyone cares. So yeah. So I basically just looked up some stuff that would be interesting, that I personally think would be interesting for me to tell you guys about myself. I didn't ask people to like tell me things or like ask me things that they would want to know because who cares really? So first thing, where are you from? I am from Ventura County, California. And it's a relatively large area, but there is a lot of different little communities in Ventura, and I am from one of those little communities. So I am from Ventura. I have grown up in this town literally my entire life. I have not moved one time. I have lived in the same house since I was born. Something about me in general I think it's kind of important to know is why the heck I started a YouTube channel in the first place. So I started a YouTube channel a little while ago because I originally, like everybody knows, that like all my videos were makeup stuff because I really do love makeup. Like I love makeup so much, and I would do stuff and a lot of my friends or like people that I would meet would be like, oh my gosh, like that looks so good, like how did you do that? And I was like, I mean, I can teach you, like I'd be happy to teach you. And they're like, oh, you should start a YouTube channel, like I would totally watch it. I'm like, okay, cool, like that's not a bad idea. And eventually I had so many people tell me that I decided, why the heck not? So I started out using my phone, which, as you can, if you scroll back through my videos from like the very first couple ones that I made, I'm sorry, they were so long. That was before I kind of figured out how to edit stuff. I'm still kind of meh with that, but better. And so I started doing makeup stuff. I think the first ones I did were Halloween looks, and it was honestly, it's so much fun. Like I have so much fun doing YouTube videos, and even though I don't get like millions of views or whatever, like I just do it because I have fun. Like I genuinely have fun making these YouTube videos. So I started doing my channel for that, and then the more that I had time to actually film videos, like the process is long, but it's just fun and cool to see everything put together in the end. So I just started doing it because I was like, if I don't do it now, when would I do it, and why not? You know, there's no reason for me not to, so I was like, alright, let's do it. So that's why I'm sitting in front of a camera today. I just thought, why the hell not? What is my favorite feature about myself? I'm gonna go with physically because I feel like going deeper would be a little bit too much too soon. So, physically, I think that my best feature, or my favorite feature about myself, I guess, would be my eyes. I've had so many people ask me if I was wearing false eyelashes or like what mascara I've used, because I, like my mother, have very naturally long and curly eyelashes, which is such a blessing because so many people are like, oh my gosh, I want your eyelashes and all this stuff. And I think that's my favorite part about myself. Also, I have blue eyes and I really like blue eyes, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, so I do actually, I've had a lot of people recently ask me if I use anything on my eyelashes. So if you care to try anything, I have recently been using this thing called Babe Lash. It's a serum. My neighbor's mom is a hairdresser, and so she's able to get me stuff, so shout out to Chris. Thanks. But yeah, I've been using that. It basically goes on like an eyeliner kind of a thing, and I put it on in the morning, sometimes at night, but it does actually help a lot, and my eyelashes are like freaking popping. I'm not wearing any makeup today, by the way. I thought about it and I was like, yeah, no, not today. So anyway, what is your biggest accomplishment? Thus far, graduating college. I took 22 units, which I talked about in my last video. I'm gonna say this for the 100th time. I know I've said it so many times and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it again. I don't recommend it. If you have to do it, but it sucks so much. So I have my bachelor's in communications, someone hire me. Yeah. And also I think another accomplishment that I'm pretty proud of myself for is when I was in high school, I did dance in pretty much my whole life, so I decided that I wanted to try out for cheer when I was in high school. And I know I mentioned this, I think maybe in a couple videos back with my friend McKenna, but usually people try out or like go out for teams with their friends, and I was going to, but it ended up not working out that way. So I ended up trying out, not like I knew people, but I didn't try out with a friend, like I didn't go there with them and like do things with them. So that was definitely incredibly scary, and I'm not gonna lie, I was super intimidated. But that was probably one of the best things I ever did for myself, honestly. I got so out of my comfort zone. Like, I really never thought I would do anything like that, and it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever done for myself, just like characteristic wise, and like just for me. That's probably one of the best things I've ever done for myself. My favorite color. My favorite colors are purple and blue, mostly because I feel like people tend to like colors that look good on them. I know it sounds incredibly narcissistic, but I really do. I love purple, I love blue. My room is 2 different shades of purple. My favorite color used to be pink when I was little, but I guess I don't know, I just grew out of it or whatever. But I really love purple and blue. My favorite food. Oh gosh, okay, so I am in love with Italian food. I almost said Mexican food. No, sorry. I like Mexican food when it's like good Mexican food. It's not my like, oh my god, I want Mexican food. I could have Italian food any and every day, which is very unfortunate because I don't eat it that much. And I really like Chinese food. And I say this because I like, what I eat the most often is like Americanized food like that. So like I say Chinese food and I'm talking about like Panda Express, you know what I mean? So it's like, take that for what you will. My favorite ice cream flavor. My OG is cookies and cream. That's always been like my go-to if I didn't really know, like if I wasn't sure about something else. But I also really love anything salted caramel. Oh my god. Salted caramel anything kills me. My favorite type of clothing. I really love crop tops. I'm wearing one right now. You can't really see, but it's fine. I love crop tops and I love cropped hoodies. I love leggings for sure. I think that just comfort-wise, my favorite article of clothing, I mentioned this in like a thing on my Instagram story, top-wise, gotta be a crop top, just because it's, I don't know, I feel like you can pair that with a lot of stuff and it's really cute. And then bottom-wise, definitely leggings, because what else would it be? Like, come on. Ooh, what is my favorite social media channel? I like that question. My favorite social media channel, I guess it depends on what you consider to be social media, because like I personally consider YouTube to be social media. So I really like YouTube in the sense that it's just for content creators and like you literally just watch everything and anything that you possibly can. So I really like YouTube for that. And then I really like Instagram because it's just, you could do so much stuff with that thing. Like, it's wild. Like, you can have a business account, you can have a personal account, you can do literally whatever the hell you want with it. But it also, like, just the things you can do with it is wild. Like Twitter, like, yeah, Twitter's cool. Like, we all get to keep up with each other's lives because, you know, we all care so much. My least favorite subject in high school was 1000% chemistry. I was so bad at chemistry. And the fact that I only took it for literally 1 year and it was my least favorite subject, it was horrendous. I definitely, like, failed. I hardcore failed the second semester final, and I passed the class with a 72, and I was praising the Lord because you have to pass that class to graduate high school, and I was freaking out that I was not gonna pass it. I think I got like a 50 something on the final. I did so bad in that class. It was horrible. My favorite TV show. I like TV shows that are just like, they're funny and they make you laugh, but they're also like real life-ish. So I personally love Friends. I have watched that show. I cannot count on like 2 hands. I can't count how many times I've seen that show. I really can't. Like, whenever it ends on Netflix, I just start it over again. And before it even got on Netflix, my parents actually have the DVD sets. So I would plug those in before Netflix had Friends, and I would watch that constantly. Like, I can't even tell you. I've seen every single episode so many times, and a lot of the time is like if I'm doing homework, or when I was doing homework, I would like background noise. So I would always put that on because I've seen it so many times, but no, I'm not gonna miss anything. And or like sometimes when I'm napping, sometimes I like background noise just because I don't know, it's weird, but that's how I am. So I'll put on a show that I know that I'm not missing anything, so I'll put on Friends, and it's like, okay, cool. So me and my dad have so many jokes from Friends, it's actually ridiculous. And then I have friends that love Friends just as much as I do, which is awesome, because if they didn't, I don't think we'd be friends. But I also really love The Office. The Office is a great show. There's just, you can disagree, I don't really care, but I love The Office, and it's one of my favorite shows. My preferable, like, vacation place, if I had to choose, like, just a very generic area, I love the beach. The beach is just so, like, calming, but at the same time you can pretty much do whatever the heck you want. And I don't know, it's just, there's something about the beach that, like, it's beautiful. You can go with your friends, you can go by yourself, you can do literally whatever, and it's just really nice. I don't know, I really like the beach. My biggest pet peeve is when people just act like they're superior to other people, like you're smug about kind of like your personality. And obviously, like, everybody has different personalities, so I just have always hated it when someone's different than you in some way and you kind of look at them like they're weird or something's wrong with them. And that's always really bothered me, because it's like, we're all people, like, you know, like, why are you hating on somebody because they're different? You know, like that, I don't know, it's just always bothered me. So definitely just like difference between personalities, I would have to say people who are smug and kind of act like they're high and mighty really piss me off. Are you a dog person or a cat person? Sorry to all you cat people out there, absolutely no judgment, but I'm a dog person 1000%. I've had 3 dogs. I've had 2 border collies, and I have a mix of something, I don't even know what she is. But yeah, so I love dogs. I've always loved dogs. We're actually looking into getting another dog because I've always kind of had like 2 dogs at the same time, and we need like, they need to be able to play with somebody if like we're doing stuff, and it's like, of course I want to love my dog and like pay attention to my dog, but sometimes I can't, so it's like, it's nice when they have another like dog to play with. If you had more courage, what would you do differently in your life now? That's a really good question. Right now, if I had more courage, I'd probably just do things by myself more, honestly, because like I'm a person where like I'm just now starting to get better at going to the gym by myself, just because I've never really liked doing that. But I would probably just do more things by myself. Like, I'd just run errands by myself more. I like company, like I like having people with me, so I don't know if that's like a courage thing or if it's just a personal preference, but I honestly feel like I would probably do things more independently, and I probably would want to go places more by myself in terms of like traveling. I would love to do that. I don't have the guts to do that. I'm also poor, so there's that. Fun fact, I actually have, this is 100% my natural hair. When I was in high school, or actually when I graduated middle school, I started getting blonde highlights, and I progressively got more and more blonde through high school to the point where it was like clearly I had fake blonde hair. And not that I'm like upset with how I looked in high school or anything, but I had really blonde hair, and it's so funny because I look like a completely different person. Like, my face is the same, but the hair just makes it look so different. But I actually really do like the way that my natural hair color looks more now. I was not really happy with it in middle school, because who's really happy with how they look in middle school, honestly? I don't really know anybody that was like, oh my gosh, I'm so pretty in middle school. I don't think I know anybody that felt like that. So I definitely went really, really blonde, and now I'm back to brunette. So I've actually been back to this for quite a while. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that, but am I high maintenance? I can be. Honestly, I for sure can be. I'm a very picky eater, so that's really annoying. I wish I wasn't, because then I'd just be able to eat more things. I'm high maintenance when it comes to the things that you should be high maintenance about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm high maintenance when it comes to like the people that like I surround myself with in terms of like how they treat me. I'm very high maintenance in the terms of like the job that I want to have, of like this is what I want to do, and like I know my worth and this and that and the other. So that kind of stuff, I guess I would definitely consider myself to be high maintenance. But in terms of like, do I care what we do when we hang out? Absolutely not. We could sit there and watch a movie for 3 hours and I'd be completely content. I'm trying to think of like other things that I did throughout my life that I can just like tell you about. I used to do bowling, actually. I was in a league in, was that in high school? I think it was in middle school, I think. Yeah, because I think I stopped doing it when I was in high school. So when I was, did I? God, I can't remember anything. I know for a fact that I did it in middle school, and a lot of people are like, you were in a league for bowling. Why? So I actually got into that because my brothers did it through school somehow, I don't really know. But I did that for a long time, and I actually got some solid scholarship money from it because we would do tournaments like once or twice a year, and I got some pretty solid scholarship money. Like I paid for a good chunk of my college education with that. So if you're interested in like things that might not necessarily be like normal, still go for it. I mean, hey, if it can pay for stuff like that, like why the heck not, you know? What else did I do? I did competitive dance for, I know for sure I did it when I was in high school because I did cheer and dance. I'm trying to remember if I did it in middle school. I can't remember, but I know I definitely did competitive dance in high school. So that was an experience. That was pretty cool. It's interesting. But yeah, so I did competitive dance for a while. I really do like dance. I mostly like hip hop. I've never been into any other like lyrical or contemporary or anything like that just because that's boring to me. Like it's just never been my personal interest. I know a lot of other people love it, which is cool because it really does help with like the technique for hip hop and stuff like that, but I've just never been able to do it. Also, I get the worst. Like I can't do spins for my life. It just, nope. Nope. Do you believe ignorance is bliss? I do in some scenarios, because sometimes there's just things where it's like, I'm gonna mind my damn business, because honestly, I'm kind of good with not knowing certain things when I just don't really need to. I don't really care, honestly, because there's things that I probably should know that I just don't want to, and that's kind of my bad. But in my personal opinion, I think ignorance is bliss works when you want it to, and it works in certain scenarios. So if you're a person, like if you're ignoring something because that's like, it could traumatize you, or it's like it's a health issue, no, you need to go figure that out. Like that's not, like don't do that. I'm like ignorance is bliss, where it's like what so-and-so said this or so-and-so thinks that. I'm like, I'm not, no, not about it. Oh, something else about me. Okay, so I'm a Leo. I feel like I do carry some characteristics of a Leo, but definitely not all of them. I am a fierce friend, for sure. I will defend my friends to the T. If you know me well, you know that for a fact about me. I don't know if this is a characteristic because I don't pay attention that much to it, but I am actually a very emotional person, and not in the sense of like I cry all the time, which kind of do, but in the sense of like I'm just very sensitive, and it's kind of like a thing I don't like about myself, but at the same time it's like I'm glad that I'm able to feel emotions and stuff like that. I'm very, very compassionate about things that I care about. Like I go hard when I care about something, like I go ham on it. So that's something else, is like I'm like competitive with myself. Like I am a person who, I don't like being average. So like if I get a C, I'm like not having a good day at all. I want to crawl in a hole. I absolutely hate it because that's just never been me. I've always been a person that's like, I want an A, that's it. And elementary school, middle school, not so much. High school, college, I was like A is the only option. I've never broken a bone. I've never fractured a bone. I don't remember if I've sprained anything. Probably have. Not seriously, but I have never broken or fractured anything, thank God. Knock on wood. My favorite book series, ooh, that's a really good question. When I used to read for fun constantly. That was my favorite thing to do when I was little. I love to read when it's stuff that I'm actually interested in. Otherwise, I zone out, and it sucks. But things that I've read a lot of, I kind of just I have random stuff, honestly. Like I just read whatever the hell I want. But if I'm gonna pick a series, probably Harry Potter, just because that was the most like interesting thing to read when I was younger, because You know what I mean? Like it's Harry Potter. So I definitely did that. My favorite YouTubers. I said this in my last video, but I love Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson's really funny. I haven't watched a whole bunch of his videos, but from what I've seen, just of him and his collabs with Jeffree Star, honestly, Shane is hilarious. Really like Shane Dawson. I love the Dolan twins because they're surprisingly mature for their age, and they're also just like really funny people. So love them. Emma Chamberlain, because she's young and she's kicking ass, and she's really funny, so I like her too. What is something you're gifted at? Nothing. If I have to consider myself gifted at something, it would probably be my makeup stuff, only because, like, do I know that there are people that are way better than me? Abso-freaking-lutely. But I'm pretty impressed with how far I've come since I started doing makeup. Like, I've definitely improved a lot. I definitely would like to be better, and I want to, like, I'm shook at the talent that I see on Instagram. I'm like, how do you even do that? Like, I genuinely don't know how people do it. But I'm definitely impressed with myself as to how far I've come. So if I want to consider myself talented at something or, like, gifted at something, I would probably say makeup. Do I have siblings? I have 2 older brothers. I don't have any sisters. I always wanted a sister growing up. My mom was like, that's not happening. But I have really good friends that I consider to be pretty much my sisters, so I'm not mad about that at all. But yeah, so that's my family story. The first concert that I ever went to. I use this as my fun fact in college when people were like, oh, tell me a fun fact about yourself. The first concert that I ever went to was with my neighbor, and we went to a Hannah Montana concert, and the Jonas Brothers were opening for them. So that was sick, and now it's crazy because everything's totally coming full circle, because now, like, Miley's coming out with shit, and she's wearing, like, blonde hair, and the Jonas Brothers are back, and it's just, like, my life has become full circle, and it's amazing. So love that. The first job I ever had, I worked at Boys and Girls Club. And I worked there because I thought at that point that I wanted to work with kids when I was older. Oh, young me. Yeah, no. So I was in charge of 25 third graders. Yeah. Didn't last very long. And then I was a sales associate at Charming Charlie. I was a sales associate at Charming Charlie, and that was fun. I did that for almost a year, but then we heard stuff about like it going into business, so I left, and I had a more heavy like academic load, so I wanted to focus on school and stuff. So there was that. Parents that I'm closest to. I am really close with both of my parents in very different ways. I'm really close with my mom because we just are kind of, I don't know, like we both like to shop, we both like to do very girly things. So we're definitely very close in that sense, and I'm also just very close with her because, like, she's my mom. I don't know. Like, there are just things that I can talk to her about, like, that I can't talk to my dad about, and there are things that I talk to my dad about that not necessarily I wouldn't talk to my mom about, but, like, things that, like, we just understand each other on that different level kind of a thing, I guess. And I'm really close with my dad in the sense of, like, I get for sure my work ethic from my dad, 100%. Not that my mom's not a hard worker because she busts her ass, but my dad gave us such a great life from working so hard, and so kind of seeing that and, like, learning from that, me and him are both, like, we're not average people. Like, we're very, like, we want the absolute best. We want to be the best in whatever we're doing. People have associated my dad with, in the best way possible. This is no shade to these dogs because I love them, but people have called my dad a pit bull because he just does not give up. When he locks onto something, that is it. Like, he fights his ass off. So there's that. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, rate my fashion sense. Well, considering that my fashion sense is I don't know what the hell I'm doing today, if I had more money, it would be better. As is everything. I would probably rate it like a 6. Just because I have my own personal thing of what I like, and it's not all like the super trendy stuff, because most of the trendy stuff is expensive and I just don't have the money for that. So I would rate it a 6 on the sense of, like, I have stuff that I can wear that's, like, super cute, and then I have stuff that's like, no one should ever see me wearing this. So there's that. Life goals, I really just want to be happy. Like, I just want to be able to, like, look back on my life and not have, like, big regrets. Like, I know everybody regrets like certain tiny little things, but I don't want to have like big regrets of like, wow, I really should have done that. So far, I don't really have anything because I feel like life has gone the way it's gone for a reason, and I'm a firm believer of that. I fully believe in karma too. Like, I believe that everything that you put out in the universe is gonna come back to you. So I really hope you're a nice person, because if you're not, it's gonna come back to haunt you. And I think that's very important to understand. I've had the same group of friends pretty much my entire life, honestly, which is very fortunate because a lot of people aren't like that. My favorite things to do for fun in general, I love making YouTube videos, which is why I'm making this one. I love going to the beach. I love being with my close friends when I'm able to spend like great quality time with them. I love that. I just like surrounding myself with people that have the same kind of vibe as me and the same kind of like personality, because we all get each other and we all get along really well. My favorite flower, I'm so basic, but I love sunflowers. I love red and white roses. I love those. They're absolutely beautiful. I just like sunflowers just because they're very vibrant and very, like you get like a happy vibe when you see them. I don't know if it's the yellow color or what, but I don't know. I feel like I just get a very happy vibe from sunflowers, and they're beautiful. And yeah, so there's that. I've gone to school in the same city my entire life. There's an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school all literally down the street from me. So I went to all three of those, and then I went to college down the street from me, basically. So I commuted. I did not live on campus. I knew before I went to college that I didn't want to live on campus just because I'm a home person, and I just didn't want to deal. So I commuted, and yeah. So I hope that covered a lot of, probably a wide range of shit. But yeah, so that is this Get to Know Me video. If there's any other questions that you're interested in knowing about me, please feel free to comment below. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you don't like this If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So yeah, that's, I think, all I can think of for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!